China has issued a new sanctions list targeting U.S. arms companies, including 8 prominent U.S. arms companies and 10 of their executives. This move could have far-reaching consequences for the U.S. Air Force, particularly its F-35 program. The sanctions include 3 primary measures. Individuals are barred from obtaining Chinese visas, assets belonging to these individuals and companies within China have been frozen, and the sanctioned entities are prohibited from engaging in any transactions or collaborations with companies or individuals in China. One of the targeted individuals is David Sutton, Director of Asia Pacific at Lockheed Martin. The F-35 Lightning II, produced by Lockheed Martin, is slated to be the primary stealth aircraft for the U.S. Air Force in the coming years. Over 1,000 units have already been ordered and plans for more than 3,000 to be supplied to the U.S. and its allies. The F-35 represents a cornerstone of future U.S. air superiority. In August 2022, the Defense Contract Management Agency uncovered a significant issue with Chinese-made parts being used in the F-35's turbo machine pumps. The agency discovered that magnets contained in these pumps were manufactured in China, raising serious concerns about compliance with the Defense Federal Acquisition Regulation, FAR. The Pentagon initially halted deliveries of the F-35 to investigate the issue, but in October 2022, the investigation had concluded and deliveries resumed with the claim that new batches of jets no longer contained Chinese-made parts for aircraft already delivered with Chinese components. China's new sanctions are likely to exacerbate the challenges faced by the F-35 program. Lockheed Martin will no longer be able to access its funds in China or directly procure any parts from the country, which could lead to further changes in the reliability of F-35s delivered after October 2020. Chinese strategists and retired Air Force Senior Colonel Professor Wang Zhangsu commented on the situation, highlighting the interconnected nature of national security and supply chain security in a globalized world. In conclusion, China's new sanctions may have far-reaching consequences for the U.S. Air Force, particularly its F-35 program. The sanctions may lead to further changes in the reliability of F-35s delivered after October 2020, as well as compromise one's own security in addition to sanctions. China is developing new technologies that could potentially neutralize the stealth capabilities of U.S. aircraft like the F-22 and F-35. One such advancement is China's Beidou satellite navigation system, which has been adapted to detect stealth fighters by analyzing how B signals interact with the aircraft. The F-22 Raptor, one of the most advanced fighter jets in the world, has long been a symbol of American air superiority due to its cutting-edge stealth technology. The F-22 and F-35 Lightning II have been designed to avoid radar detection by minimizing their radar cross-section, making them nearly invisible to conventional radar systems. However, when Beidou signals encounter a stealth aircraft like the F-22, the signal is disrupted and scattered, producing a unique echo in the radio frequency spectrum. Chinese scientists claim to have deciphered this echo using advanced algorithms, allowing them to determine the aircraft's position by analyzing specific radio signal disturbances. This method has already been tested in simulations and could potentially work against both the F-22 and F-35. This approach builds on earlier experiments with detecting small drones, where scientists successfully tracked a DJI Phantom 4 Pro drone by analyzing how radio signals from SpaceX's Starlink satellite lights were scattered by the drone despite its size and low radar profile. The cost-effectiveness and flexibility of this technology make it more accessible to countries that currently lack the infrastructure to defend against stealth aircraft. By using Beidou signals or those from other satellite constellations like GPS, Galileo or GLASS, the system provides a more affordable alternative that could be deployed in smaller nations that lack advanced radar systems. One challenge faced by Chinese scientists is the weakness of refracted signals when they reach the ground, as these signals are often overwhelmed by interference from buildings, trees, and other objects. The Chinese team has proposed a blind detection method that uses a single antenna, significantly reducing both the complexity and cost of the system. In addition to satellite-based detection systems, China is working on various methods to track stealth aircraft, including long-wave signals that bounce off ionosphere radiation emitted by commercial satellites and electromagnetic signals generated by U.S. military bases. This convergence of technologies could give China a significant advantage in future aerial combat scenarios. The U.S. has been reshaping its military strategy in response to China's rapidly improving technology. Over 10,000 U.S. troops have been relocated from Japan to bases in Guam and Hawaii, further reducing China's reach. Additionally, there has been growing interest in the use of drones over traditional manned aircraft, as they could provide a more cost-effective and less vulnerable alternative to stealth jets in conflicts with technologically sophisticated adversaries. China's progress in stealth detection underscores the broader competition between the U.S. and China in the realm of military technology. China's innovations in anti-stealth technology could narrow the gap if successful, forcing the U.S. to rethink how it employs stealth technology and reshape the future of air combat in the Pacific region. China's sanctions are not limited to companies directly involved in the F-35 program, as reported by Reuters on October 10. On October 10, China imposed sanctions on 3 additional U.S. military-linked firms, targeting 9 U.S. companies including Sierra Nevada Corporation, Stick Rudder Enterprises LLC, Qubit Corporation S3, Aridison Defense Tecom Limited Partnership, Techstore Planate Management Group Act 1 Federal, and Exeva. In response to Western sanctions on some members of the BRICS, Russia and other BRIC countries have accelerated the development of an independent international payment system called BRICS Pay. This innovative system enables member countries to conduct trade directly without relying on the US dollar, using blockchain technology for secure and efficient transactions. The BRICS Pay system is designed to facilitate transactions in digital currencies and stable coins linked to the national currencies of member states, allowing for smoother cross-border transactions without the need for conversion to US dollars. BRICS Pay aims to foster greater financial freedom for its member nations while simultaneously reducing Western influence on trade. If approved, the system will use the digital currencies of the BRIC's central banks, and their exchange rate will be tied to the value of national currencies. Countries currently outside the BRICs can participate in the official unveiling and demonstration of BRICS Pay at the BRIC's Business Forum in Moscow, providing a tangible demonstration of the system's real-world capabilities. In summary, the U.S. and China are reshaping their military strategies in response to China's advancements in technology and the potential for reshaping air combat in the Pacific region. The BRICS Pay system is a decentralized blockchain technology that ensures security and efficiency in transactions. This decentralized ledger technology allows for real-time, transparent, and secure transactions without the need for intermediaries, bypassing traditional intermediaries like banks and clearing houses. This feature is particularly valuable for countries like Russia and China, which are often targets of economic sanctions. BRICS Pay enables transactions in the national currencies of member states, allowing them to conduct trade without the need to convert their currencies to US dollars. The system connects national subscription platforms with commercial methods across BRICS plus countries, creating a seamless network for financial transactions. This integration represents a significant step towards economic sovereignty for BRICS nations. The alliance has ambitious plans to expand and enhance the BRICS Pay system, aiming to develop more robust business-to-business payment solutions. This focus on B2B payments could significantly streamline trade processes between BRICS nations, potentially leading to increased economic cooperation and integration. Another key initiative in the pipeline is the development of the BRICS Plus Unit cryptocurrency project, led by Russia. This digital currency could further reduce the alliance's reliance on Western financial systems and provide an additional layer of financial independence. The development of BRICS Pay is part of a broader context of ongoing efforts to reduce reliance on the US dollar in international trade over the past year. The launch of BRICS Pay has significant implications for global trade dynamics, as it directly challenges the long-standing dominance of the US dollar in international trade. This challenge could lead to a reshaping of international transactions and affect trade relationships worldwide. The BRICS Pay system is part of a larger trend towards dollarization in global trade, with emerging economies like China and Russia trading in their own currencies for certain transactions bypassing the need for dollars. India has also been exploring ways to conduct trade in rupees with partner nations. BRICS Pay incorporates advanced features such as blockchain and smart contracts, which not only enhance security but also allow for more complex financial arrangements to be automated and executed without intermediaries. This technology has the potential to significantly reduce transaction costs and processing times compared to traditional banking methods. However, the development and implementation of BRICS Pay face challenges and criticisms. One major concern is the challenge of uniting countries with vastly different economies under a single payment system. The economic disparities between BRICS nations pose significant challenges in creating a unified financial system that serves all members equally. Additionally, concerns about the potential for increased dependence on the Chinese yuan within the BRICS Pay system arise due to China's economic dominance within the group. BRICS Pay is a potential solution for member nations, offering several benefits such as more efficient cross-border transactions, increased financial inclusion within BRICS nations, and the potential to mitigate risks associated with global volatility. The system bypasses traditional banking systems and currency conversions, making international transactions more accessible to businesses and individuals who may have been excluded or disadvantaged by traditional systems. BRICS Pay is expected to promote trade and economic integration among BRICS nations by making intra-BRICS trade easier and more cost-effective. This could lead to stronger economic ties within the BRICS bloc, potentially creating a more unified economic front on the global stage. Another significant benefit is the potential mitigation of risks associated with global volatility by reducing dependence on the US dollar. The implications of BRICS Pay for the US dollar and the global economy are profound, as successful implementation could contribute to a weakening of the US dollar status as the global reserve currency. A gradual shift away from dollar-denominated trade could have long-term effects on the US economy and its global economic influence. A successful alternative system like BRICS Pay could provide countries with a way to circumvent US sanctions, potentially reducing US influence in global affairs. Investors should consider diversifying currency exposure by investing in assets denominated in other currencies, such as bonds, mutual funds, exchange-traded funds, ETFs focused on BRICS economies, stocks, and ETFs that track BRICS market indexes. The success of BRICS Pay could inspire other alternative currencies or payment systems as more countries seek financial independence from Western-dominated systems. As more countries seek financial independence from Western-dominated systems, regional or alliance-based financial networks may emerge. BRICS Pay is based on advanced technologies, allowing faster and cheaper foreign commercial transactions without external interference. It has practical implications for safeguarding the economic sovereignty of developing countries and expanding economic and trade cooperation. However, rolling out the system across all BRICS nations and integrating it fully into their financial systems will likely take time. The upcoming BRICS summit in Kazan is expected to provide more clarity on the timeline and next steps for the system. In the aftermath of the invasion of Ukraine, Western nations, led by the United States, imposed stringent sanctions on Russia. These measures included excluding Russia from the SWIFT international payment network, severely restricting Moscow's ability to conduct transactions using dollars and euros. This fiscal punishment was intended to help Russia bypass the enforced limitations on international financial transactions. However, EU banks operating in Russia continued to serve as vital financial conduits, enabling transactions in Western currencies and allowing Russia to partially bypass the enforced limitations. Austria's Raiffeisenbank International (RBI) earnings in Russia were below 600 million in 2021, but by 2022, they had soared to 1.8 billion euros a year, marking a threefold increase. This dramatic surge also led to a heightened tax contribution of 464 million euros to the Russian treasury. The Group of 7 nations has been advocating for the withdrawal of these banks from Russia. Russian President Vladimir Putin has been actively obstructing their exit, freezing the shares of banks like RBI and prohibiting the sale of their Russian operations. The exact amount of EU assets frozen by Russia has not been disclosed, but it is likely in the tens of billions of dollars based on the scale of EU asset freezes against Russia in recent years. Some Western powers have floated the idea of using confiscated holdings to rebuild Ukraine once the war has finally ended, but Russia reaffirmed on Sunday that countermeasures could follow what it calls Western thievery. According to the RRA, the top investors in the Russian economy include Cyprus with more than $98 billion, the Netherlands with $50 billion, and the UK with nearly $19 billion. Germany has $17 billion invested, France $16 billion, and Italy almost $13 billion. Russia's action is seen as retaliation for the EU's ongoing sanctions and asset freezes, crippling the Russian economy and potentially leading to further escalation in sanctions and asset freezes on both sides. In September 2024, the EU announced a $35 billion loan to Ukraine, using frozen Russian assets as collateral. This groundbreaking initiative essentially makes Russia pay for Ukraine's reconstruction and support its budget during the ongoing war. The profit generated from these frozen assets is estimated at $2.53 billion per year, and the EU is billing this as a way to provide much-needed fiscal space for Ukraine to fund defense, healthcare, energy repairs, and other critical needs.